Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be making a blue abstract set of nails. So as usual, I'm going to quickly show you guys what I'll be using in today's set. So we've got 3 gel polishes that are going to star in today's set. So starting off, we've got a Makartt gel polish and it's called Inspire. And it's this absolutely gorgeous sparkly blue. It was kind of the inspiration behind this set. I kind of wanted to just make a set that would include that gel polish because I haven't used it yet and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. We'll be using the shade 3007 from Cloud Beauty, and it's just your standard gorgeous classic white, if you will. And then lastly, we'll be using this pastel-y blue, and it's in the shade 3005. And like I said, it's just this pastel-y blue, and we're going to use that gel polish to do a sugared nail. So like I said, there'll be a sugar nails, there'll be some glitter, and this is the glitter I'll be using. I've had this glitter for a while. I love glitter, hence the big bag there. So we'll be using that blue glitter. We'll be using some Glitter Bells Unbelievable Gel in the shade Hug Me to do some dotted nail art. And we'll also be doing some stamping, so I'll be using my Clear Jelly stamper stuff. So I've got the shade 076. We'll be also using some blue crystals I've got. We'll be using the Clear Jelly stamper and also the scraper. And here I'm just trying to show you guys how beautiful those crystals are. They were so pretty, so reflective, such a gorgeous blue shade. And here I'm showing you guys the stamping plate I'll be using. So let's start with the nail design. We are starting off with that pale blue, so that means that's going to be the sugared nail. And here I'm just showing you guys a one layer of it, and you can see how quickly it beautifully leveled out. It's such a great gel polish, that one. And here I'll be going in with my second coat, and just the standard with me and the sugar nails, I am not going to cure the second layer. We are going to sugar that layer. So before popping it into the lab, I'm going to take that gorgeous glitter that you can see in the left hand side, and then we are going to sprinkle it all over that nail. And then once it's sprinkled, we are then going to pop it into the lamp, and the lamp is going to cure the glitter into that wet gel polish. And then yeah, you're good to go. You've got your sugared nail. And yes, that's the one we're doing. You'll probably notice that even though we have this pale blue underneath, the glitter is so pigmented that you can't actually tell that there's that pale blue. So you could probably get away with any kind of shade of blue, or even one that's just as identical to this one. Obviously, the idea is that just in case there's any glitter that ends up flaking off later on, you do have a blue underneath that just makes it not so noticeable. So there's that one there done. So next up, I decided to jump into that Makartt gel polish and just do one nail just full of that one. I just loved it so much that I decided to just have one nail in just that gel polish. And as you can see, it's fairly sheer, which I kind of like because after 2 to 3 layers, you get that really pigmented nail. However, I really like gel polishes that sometimes have that kind of technique, just because I feel like I can sometimes layer it on top of a color underneath, which is quite nice. And so that's going to be the one nail, and off camera I'm going to do 2. I think I did 3 coats of that one just because of how sheer it is. And then off camera I'm also going to paint the remaining 2 nails white, and I'm also going to do 2 layers of those off camera as well. So by the time I'm back, we are all going to start our nail art on the nails. This is what it's looking like, and there we've got them all. 2 layers. The blue is 3 layers. And I'm here applying some nail decals. The nail decals I have are handmade. I'm still working on making the video of basically an updated video on how I do my nail decals. It's a super easy process. I promise you guys I will do it. Probably by April, I reckon I'll probably have it ready. I have a few pre-filmed videos that I need to have them up. So yeah, I promise you definitely have one very soon. And yeah, I just made some flowery butterflies, and I decided to place 2 down the center of the nail, and then at the bottom I had this little like flowery pinky bluey flower that I decided to place at the bottom because I didn't have a small enough butterfly to place there. And then I'm going in with a nail cleaner little wipey just to wipe away any of the dust that I just put on there, because there was a tacky layer and I was just tapping onto those nail decals on the nail, so you end up having all that transfer of fluffs and stuff on the nail. And I decided to bling it up a little bit. I'm not too sure if I like it, but it's gonna have to do now. So in between where the decals are, I just randomly started popping some of my Makartt rhinestone glue gel, and I'm just placing it in random areas, just wherever, just to cover it up, make it a bit more, I don't know, just a bit more interesting, I think, wherever it kind of felt right. And then I'm going in with my wax pen, and I'm just picking up the blue and just placing it where I put that Makartt glue gel down. So it will probably depend on how big your nail is, of how many crystals you're actually going to have to need, if any, really. Because if you have a small nail bed, you probably won't even be able to fit the 2 butterflies and the little flower. But that's how it is. I was thinking about adding a bit more, but I decided not to overdo it, so I left it how it is. And now essentially we have 2 more nails to do, which is the 2 last white, and then we'll be able to kick in with our top coats. But this is going to be a very similar technique I did in my recent abstract, like the pinky set I did recently. And with that one, I'm just using my brush from the bottle, and I'm just trying to create like half circles coming from each side of the nail, just whatever. Literally, I really love these nail designs where there isn't a set rule. It's just whatever you do, and it'll essentially always end up looking the same, because you notice that on the second white nail, I'm going to do the circles in a different area, some of them bigger, some of them smaller, and at the end of the video, you won't be able to tell that those 2 nails look so drastically different. They're pretty much the same thing, so it's such a nice kind of design, because I feel like sometimes with French tips, you just have to kind of get it right. And yeah, you can like, there's just some nail I feel like you can really mess up. So I'm doing the same thing onto the next white nail. Like I said, they're going to be in different positions, different sizes, and whatever feels right. And then once I'm happy with it, I am going to pop it into the lamp, and then off camera I decided to do a second layer, because as you can see, this gel polish is incredibly sheer and ends up being quite patchy. It doesn't seem to be leveling out the best here, but that's probably my mistake there. But after doing it off camera with the second layer, it came out beautifully, so you see that in just a second. So there it is, and I'm going in once again with my nail cleaner and my lint-free wipe, and I'm wiping it because I'm going to do some stamping. And before you ask why I'm wiping it, I don't fully know. I just know that I've seen other nail techs matte top coat the nails, but I don't want to waste my top coat. So I thought of trying out just wiping the tacky layer off, and it seems to be working just fine. So that's what I do from now on. And then on my little stamping plate, I have a few really cool leaf designs and little like flowery designs that I decided to incorporate in the set. So here I'm picking up this little like design. I'm not too sure to this day what it exactly is. It's probably some sort of a, I don't know, I have no idea. It's just got circles. It looks like a twig with circles on it. So we've got that one, and I'll be also playing about with, there's a leaf on the right hand side of that plate. I'll probably be tapping into that in just a second. And there's also this funky looking leaf in the middle of the plate, which I will probably tap into in just a second. But this is the leaf I was talking about. Really like it. As you can see, I got a bit better with my stamping, not as messy as it was in that clear jelly video. And I got quite a few different coloured stamping, but I always end up reaching for white and black just because they just seem to always fit with everything, which is really nice. So the kind of main idea behind the video today was to incorporate that blue, but also to try and incorporate some coloured stamping, just because I have some and I just really wanted to start using them. I have so many colors now. I feel like I'm such a collectible person when it comes to nail stuff. There's so much stuff that I have that I might not even ever use, but just, I don't know, I just like the look of those things and I'll get them. So like the clear jelly stamper, as much as I am stamping, it's not too often, so but you'll still find me ordering like all the colors, which I don't need, but I always somehow end up doing it. It's becoming a very unhealthy habit. It's really, really annoying sometimes, because sometimes it's really hard to stop yourself. But I'm trying to get better. So yeah, so the one nail was now done, and we are basically repeating that same thing onto the next nail, but once again, we are not going to place the exact same stamping designs in the same areas. I just wanted it to not be identical, to mix it up a little bit. As much as they kind of look identical, the placement and everything is different, which is nice, but we are still using the same flowery designs. If you do have a stamping plate that has all sorts of different designs, that could be quite nice also to kind of make the 2 nails a bit different. which could be nice. Oh, and also with the process of stamping, what I do, I don't know if I mentioned, I place the gel polish down, I scrape it, pick it up with my stamper, and then I use my little scraper to pick up any excess, and then I go ahead and stamp it onto the nail. If there's at any point any any polish that has dried onto my stamper, do not use any acetone because I already ruined one of my clear jelly stampers doing that. Take like, I use those lint removers. Is it a lint remover? I think it's a lint remover. You can get them at like B&M, Poundlands, Ikeas, and all sorts of other places. And I just roll it over onto my stamper and it picks up everything, which is really nice and keeps it nice and clean. And then with my scraper and my plate, I use some acetone to clean that one up. So now that it's stamped down, and obviously because it's proper polish, you don't have to cure anything, nothing will move, which is really nice. And I'm going in with a dotting tool and I'm just dipping into that Glitterbels Unbelievable Gel, and I'm just placing dots. And once again, this set is amazing. There is not a set rule. Wherever there's a gap, you just want to fill it in with a few little dots. It doesn't have to be too crazy, just enough to kind of give it that little extra touch. Essentially just enough to kind of see that it's there and it's given that extra little character to it. And we are doing the same thing for both nails once again. Of course, it will be kind of in different areas. I think in this set, I kind of did it in a similar area, which isn't ideal for me. I was trying to make them slightly different. I also noticed I stamped the little flowery leafy stuff in the same areas. They're just different shapes, like the different flowers or leaves, but never mind. So yeah, so like I said, just quickly finishing up those dots, and then once I'm happy, we'll be able to pop that bad boy into the lamp, and then we'll have the last step of top coating. So I'll be using my glossy top coat, which is from Glitterbels. I'm still trying to scrape up the very last little droplets I can from there. That's what it's looking like, and it's back out. So yeah, like I said, Glitterbels, trying to scrape up as much as possible from there. It's dreadful. My matte top coat has now been refilled, but I'm still waiting for my glossy top coat, so I'm still trying to struggle with that. Glitterbels bottle, as much as it's done me so well, there was so much in there, it took quite some time to actually run out of it, but I love doing nails so much that I do them pretty much on every day. There's at least one set of nails that gets done by me, so top coats and everything gets non-stop used. And that's just me, let alone people who actually do nails as a living. Like when you do clients, I'm sure you guys run out of top coats like crazy. So yeah, I'm just gonna top coat those, and I'll be back with you guys when the results are at the end.